Hello, fictional. Welcome to the What If Essay. Today we are gonna see what if Issei joined the Akatsuki. If you end up liking this video, please consider subscribe, so without further ado, let's get into the video. Chapter 1. A New Beginning. Issei Hyoudou's eyes snapped open, and he found himself in a world that was both alien and hauntingly familiar. The surroundings were vastly different from the bustling corridors of Kuo Academy. Instead of the mundane routine of high school life, he was now surrounded by dense forests, looming mountains, and a sense of foreboding in the air. "Where am I?" Issei muttered to himself, standing up and surveying his surroundings. The sky above was overcast, clouds swirling ominously, as if reflecting the turbulence within him. He felt a strange energy pulsating through his body, a power he couldn't quite comprehend. As he ventured deeper into the mysterious landscape, Issei stumbled upon a clearing where a group of individuals dressed in black cloaks with red clouds gathered. Their presence exuded an aura of power and mystery that sent shivers down Issei's spine. Who are they? Issei wondered, cautiously approaching the enigmatic group. His steps were met with silence until one of them, a tall figure with piercing eyes, turned to face him. "You don't belong here, but your power is intriguing," said the figure, who introduced himself as Pain, the leader of the Akatsuki. Issei, still grappling with the reality of his situation, listened as Pain explained the nature of this world, a world of shinobi and jutsu, vastly different from the devils and angels he had grown accustomed to. "We have been watching you, Issei Hyoudou," Pain continued, his eyes seemingly peering into Issei's soul. "Join us, and together, we will unlock the true potential within you." Issei hesitated, the weight of the decision bearing down on him. A world of unknown dangers awaited him, yet the allure of unlocking the mysteries of his newfound power proved irresistible. "Fine, I'll join you," Issei said, his voice determined. Little did he know that this decision would alter the course of his destiny and the fate of the Akatsuki. The following days were a whirlwind of training and discovery for Issei. The Akatsuki, initially skeptical of the newcomer, began to recognize the immense potential within him. Issei, in turn, marveled at the abilities of his new comrades. Chapter 1 witnessed Issei's initiation into the Akatsuki, each member revealing a unique skill or power. Konan, with her paper jutsu, demonstrated an elegance that belied its deadly nature. Tadara, an explosive artist, showcased his ability to turn ordinary clay into devastating weapons. The interactions with Kisame and Itachi revealed the complexities within the group. Kisame, the shark-like swordsman, eyed Issei warily, while Itachi's Sharingan seemed to pierce through the layers of Issei's soul, as if assessing the depth of his character. Issei found an unexpected companion in Hyoudou, the immortal zealot who reveled in chaos and battle. Despite their stark differences, a camaraderie formed between them, fueled by a shared love for combat and a devil-may-care attitude. Yet, it was with Kakuzu, the money-minded mercenary, that Issei formed an uneasy alliance. Kakuzu, ever pragmatic, saw Issei as a valuable asset, a means to an end. Their interactions were laced with tension, a reflection of the conflicting motivations within the Akatsuki. As Issei trained with them, he discovered the intricacies of chakra manipulation and jutsu, melding his demonic powers with the ninja arts. The combination was potent, unlocking abilities he had never dreamed of. The Red Dragon Emperor's power intertwined seamlessly with the techniques of the shinobi, creating a force to be reckoned with. Chapter 1 culminated in a display of Issei's newfound strength. In a sparring match with Pain, he unleashed a devastating attack, the clash of demonic energy and potent jutsu, sending shockwaves through the training ground. The other members watched in awe and trepidation as Issei pushed his limits, tapping into reservoirs of power he hadn't known existed. As the dust settled, Issei stood panting, a newfound confidence emanating from him. Pain, his expression unreadable, nodded in approval. "You have potential, Issei Hyoudou. The Akatsuki welcomes you." And with those words, Issei's journey with the Akatsuki truly began, setting the stage for a tale of power, camaraderie, and the clash of worlds. Chapter 2. Joining the ranks. Issei's initiation into the Akatsuki marked the beginning of a tumultuous journey. As he became more accustomed to the dynamics of the group, he found himself forming unexpected connections with its members. The initial skepticism that had greeted him slowly morphed into a grudging acceptance and, in some cases, genuine camaraderie. The first Akatsuki meeting after Issei's arrival took place in a dimly lit chamber. The air was thick with tension as the members gathered, each with their own motives and secrets. Pain, the enigmatic leader, addressed the group, his piercing gaze settling on Issei. "We are no longer just a collection of individuals," Pain declared. "We are a force united by common goals. Issei, you have chosen to walk this path with us. Your strength will be an asset, but remember, loyalty is paramount." The others nodded in agreement, their varied expressions reflecting a spectrum of emotions: curiosity, suspicion, and, in some cases, a glimmer of acceptance. As the meeting progressed, Konan, the paper jutsu user, approached Issei. Her eyes, usually guarded, softened with a hint of curiosity. "You're not like the others," she remarked, her voice a gentle whisper. "What made you choose the Akatsuki?" Issei, leaning against the wall, considered her question. "I'm here to discover the extent of my powers and the mysteries of this world. The Akatsuki seems like the best place to do that." Conan studied him for a moment before nodding. "We all have our reasons for being here. Just be cautious, not everyone within these walls is as open-minded as Pain." The warning lingered in the air as Issei observed the interactions between the Akatsuki members. Itachi, the stoic Uchiha with the Sharingan, kept his distance, his eyes ever watchful. Kisame, the shark-like swordsman, regarded Issei with a mix of curiosity and suspicion, his sharp teeth visible in a perpetual grin. Hyoudou, the zealot, approached with a wicked grin. "So, newbie, ready to wreak some havoc together?" Issei smirked. "Count me in. Just don't get in my way." The camaraderie between Hyoudou and Issei grew, their shared love for battle forging an unusual but potent alliance. Meanwhile, Deidara, the explosive artist, eyed Issei with a mix of jealousy and fascination, contemplating the potential of combining demonic power with explosive art. Kakuzu, the money-minded mercenary, remained a constant enigma. Issei couldn't shake the feeling that Kakuzu saw him as nothing more than a valuable asset, a means to an end. Their interactions were minimal, but laced with an underlying tension that hinted at the potential for conflict. The days that followed were a whirlwind of training and missions. Issei honed his skills under the guidance of the Akatsuki, blending his demonic powers with the intricate techniques of the shinobi. He sparred with Hyoudou, exchanged tactics with Kakuzu, and witnessed the prowess of each member in action. One day, Pain called Issei to his chamber. The room, adorned with ancient scrolls and mystical symbols, exuded an aura of authority. Pain, seated on a throne-like chair, motioned for Issei to approach. "You have shown promise, Issei Hyoudou," Pain acknowledged. "But your true potential lies dormant. We must unlock it." Issei, intrigued, nodded in agreement. Pain explained that there was a hidden power within him, a force that could reshape the very fabric of reality. To access it, Issei needed to undergo a ritual that would push him to his limits. The ritual began at dawn, the Akatsuki members forming a circle around Issei. Chants and incantations filled the air as Issei felt the energy within him surge. The demonic power intertwined with the chakra of the Akatsuki, creating a resonance that reverberated through the clearing. As the ritual reached its climax, Issei's body pulsed with an otherworldly glow. A surge of power coursed through him, unlocking new abilities and enhancing his existing ones. The members watched in awe as Issei emerged from the ritual, his eyes ablaze with newfound strength. Pain, his expression unreadable, nodded in satisfaction. "You have tapped into the Red Dragon Emperor's true power. The Akatsuki's strength has grown." Issei, panting but exhilarated, surveyed the gathered members. The ritual had solidified his place within the Akatsuki, earning their respect and, in some cases, their apprehension. In the aftermath, Issei found himself reflecting on the path he had chosen. The Akatsuki, once a group of strangers, now felt like an unconventional family. Bonds had formed, alliances had been forged, and Issei's journey had only just begun. As he walked through the corridors of the Akatsuki hideout, he couldn't shake the feeling that his decision to join them had set in motion a series of events that would shape the destiny of this world. Little did Issei know that the true challenges lay ahead as he grappled with the complexities of loyalty, power, and the shadows that lurked within the Akatsuki's ranks. Chapter 3. Unveiling Secrets. In the days that followed the ritual, Issei found himself delving deeper into the mysteries that surrounded the Akatsuki. The bond he shared with his newfound comrades grew stronger, but so did the shadows that lingered within the group. As Issei navigated this intricate web of alliances and rivalries, he became increasingly aware that each member harbored secrets, and the Akatsuki itself held mysteries that begged to be unraveled. One evening, Issei found himself in the training grounds, honing his skills under the dim light of a crescent moon. Hyoudou approached with his usual manic grin, eager for another round of sparring. "Come on, Red Dragon. Let's see if that fancy ritual of yours made you any stronger." Hyoudou taunted, his scythe at the ready. Issei, smirking, accepted the challenge. The clash between their powers shook the training grounds, the echoes of their battle reverberating through the surrounding trees. As they exchanged blows, Issei couldn't shake the feeling that Hyoudou was holding back, as if testing the limits of Issei's newfound strength. After the sparring session, Hyoudou wiped sweat from his forehead and chuckled. "Not bad, newbie. You're catching on quickly." Issei, catching his breath, studied Hyoudou. "You're not giving it your all, are you?" Hyden's grin widened. "Observant, aren't you? There are things you need to learn about this group, Issei. Not everyone here is what they seem." The cryptic words lingered in the air as Hyoudou walked away, leaving Issei with a sense of unease. As he pondered Hyden's words, he realized that each member of the Akatsuki had their own agenda, their own reasons for being part of this enigmatic organization. The next day, Issei sought out Conan, hoping to gain insights into the secrets that surrounded the Akatsuki. He found her in a quiet corner of the hideout, manipulating sheets of paper with graceful precision. "Conan, can we talk?" Issei asked, his tone earnest. Conan regarded him with a steady gaze before nodding. "What's on your mind, Issei?" Hesitating for a moment, Issei broached the subject. Hyoudou mentioned something about secrets within the Akatsuki. What does he mean? Conan sighed, setting aside her paper creations. Every member of the Akatsuki has a past, a story that led them here. Some seek power, others redemption. The Akatsuki is a complex tapestry woven from the threads of our individual goals. Issei frowned. But what are the secrets? What are we hiding from each other? Conan paused, as if weighing her words. Not all secrets are meant to be revealed, Issei. Trust is fragile, and sometimes the truth can't. As Issei left Conan's presence, he couldn't shake the feeling that the Akatsuki was a powder keg waiting to explode. The camaraderie he had felt within the group was tempered by a growing realization that each member carried burdens, and the Akatsuki itself was shrouded in veils of secrecy. As the days turned into weeks, Issei's interactions with the other members became more nuanced. Itachi, the stoic Uchiha, remained an enigma, his Sharingan eyes betraying depths of knowledge and pain. Kisame, the shark-like swordsman, warmed up to Issei, sharing tales of battles and betrayals that echoed through the corridors of the Akatsuki hideout. Meanwhile, Deidara's jealousy over Issei's unique blend of demonic power and jutsu became more apparent. The explosive artist, driven by a desire to prove his own supremacy, challenged Issei to a series of battles that tested the limits of their abilities. Bikuzu, the pragmatic mercenary, continued to regard Issei with a calculating gaze. Their interactions, though minimal, hinted at a tension that simmered beneath the surface. Issei couldn't shake the feeling that Kikuzu saw him as a means to an end, a pawn in a larger game. The turning point came during a mission assigned by Pain. The Akatsuki was tasked with retrieving a rare artifact hidden deep within a remote village. The mission, seemingly straightforward, unraveled into a web of deception and betrayal that would forever alter the dynamics within the Akatsuki. As the group infiltrated the village, tensions ran high. The artifact, a mystical relic said to possess the power to control minds, became the focal point of a power struggle within the Akatsuki itself. Itachi, Kisame, and Deidara eyed the artifact with a mix of greed and suspicion. Issei, torn between loyalty to the Akatsuki and the desire to uncover the truth, found himself at the center of the conflict. The village, once a backdrop for their mission, became a battleground where allegiances were tested and alliances shattered. In the midst of the chaos, Issei confronted Hyoudou, who had been eerily silent throughout the mission. The zealot's eyes gleamed with a fanatical intensity as he revealed a startling truth. The Akatsuki is not just a group of rogue ninjas seeking power. There's something more, something that even Pain might not fully understand. Be prepared, Issei. The storm is coming. The revelation left Issei reeling as the conflict within the Akatsuki reached its zenith. Betrayals unfolded, alliances crumbled, and the artifact's power threatened to tear the very fabric of the group apart. As Issei faced the challenges of this unfolding crisis, he realized that the Akatsuki's secrets ran deeper than he could have ever imagined. The choices he made in the coming days would not only shape his destiny, but also determine the fate of the Akatsuki and the world they inhabited. The shadows that loomed over the organization were now poised to consume them all, and the truth, like a double-edged sword, held the power to liberate or destroy. Chapter 4. The Clash of Titans. The village lay in ruins, a casualty of the power struggle within the Akatsuki. The air was thick with tension as the members faced off against each other, their conflicting motives threatening to unravel the very fabric of the group. Issei stood at the center of the chaos, torn between loyalty to the Akatsuki and the desire to uncover the truth that seemed to elude him. Hyoudou's words lingered in his mind like a haunting melody, warning of a storm that was on the horizon. Pain, the leader of the Akatsuki, emerged from the shadows, his piercing eyes assessing the battlefield. The artifact, a small yet ominous orb, pulsated with an otherworldly energy. Itachi, Kisame, and Deidara circled it like predators, their intentions veiled in a dance of deception. We have a choice to make, Issei, Pain's voice echoed through the air. Will you stand with the Akatsuki or succumb to the chaos that threatens to consume us? Issei, his resolve firm, stepped forward. I chose to stand with the Akatsuki, but I need to know the truth. What is the real purpose behind all this? Pain regarded him with an unreadable expression before gesturing towards the artifact. This orb holds the power to control minds, to reshape reality itself. It is a weapon of unimaginable potential, and the Akatsuki seeks to wield it to bring about a new era. Issei's eyes narrowed. A new era? What does that even mean? The tension in the air escalated as Pain explained the Akatsuki's vision: a world free from the shackles of the past, a world where power reigned supreme, unbound by the constraints of nations and ideologies. Each member of the Akatsuki seeks their own version of this new era, Pain continued. But unity is the key to achieving our common goal. The artifact is the catalyst, and its power must be harnessed, even if it means facing internal strife. As Pain spoke, the conflicting motives of the Akatsuki members became apparent. Itachi, driven by a desire to protect his brother, sought the power of the artifact to reshape the world and eradicate the shadows that haunted his past. Kisame, a rogue shinobi disillusioned by the corruption of the ninja world, yearned for a realm where strength determined one's fate. Deidara, the explosive artist, saw the artifact as the ultimate canvas to showcase his destructive art. Issei, caught in the crossfire of their ambitions, grappled with the weight of his decision. Loyalty to the Akatsuki clashed with the desire to forge his own destiny, and the blurred lines between ally and adversary left him standing on a precipice. The clash that ensued was a symphony of jutsu and demonic power, a testament to the strength and conviction of each Akatsuki member. The village, already scarred by their presence, became a battlefield where alliances were tested and bonds shattered. Kisame's water jutsu clashed with Itachi's Sharingan, the elemental forces colliding with destructive intensity. Deidara's explosive art danced in the air, threatening to consume everything in its wake. Issei, his Red Dragon Emperor's power unleashed, faced off against Hyoudou, the zealot scythe slashing through the air with unholy fervor. As the battle raged on, the artifact's influence amplified the conflicts within the Akatsuki, turning comrades into adversaries. The line between friend and foe blurred, and the very essence of the group hung in the balance. In the midst of the chaos, Kakuzu, the mercenary driven by profit, seized the opportunity to exploit the situation. His attacks were calculated, aimed not at the artifact, but at weakening the resolve of his fellow Akatsuki members. Issei, caught in the crossfire, faced a moral dilemma. The unity of the Akatsuki was crumbling, and the storm that Hyoudou had warned him about seemed imminent. He had to make a choice. Intervene and risk alienating himself from the group, or stand by and watch the Akatsuki tear itself apart. In a moment of clarity, Issei unleashed a surge of power, creating a barrier that temporarily halted the chaos. His voice cut through the cacophony, demanding the attention of the warring Akatsuki members. "We are on the same side." Issei's voice echoed, his eyes burning with determination. "If we continue like this, the Akatsuki will be nothing more than a memory." His words resonated with some, but the rifts within the group were deep. Pain, observing the discord, intervened with a display of his Rinnegan, a visual manifestation of his authority. "The Akatsuki will not fall because of internal strife," Pain declared. "We must focus on our common goal. The artifact is the key to the new era we seek. Now, more than ever, we need unity." The members, still caught in the throes of conflict, reluctantly backed down. The village, battered and bruised, bore the scars of their internal struggle. The artifact, its power restrained for the moment, pulsated with an unsettling energy, a harbinger of the challenges that lay ahead. As the dust settled, Issei couldn't shake the feeling that the clash of titans within the Akatsuki had only just begun. The storm Hyoudou had warned him about had been temporarily quelled, but the shadows that lurked within the organization had been exposed. In the aftermath of the battle, Issei stood with a heavy heart, contemplating the path ahead. The secrets within the Akatsuki, once hidden in the shadows, were now laid bare. Loyalties were tested, alliances strained, and the true nature of the Akatsuki's quest for a new era remained elusive. As the wounded village slowly began to rebuild, the Akatsuki members retreated to the shadows, each carrying the weight of their choices. The clash of titans had left its mark, and the repercussions would echo through the corridors of the Akatsuki, shaping the destiny of its members and the world they sought to change. Chapter 5. Bonds formed, bonds broken. The aftermath of the internal conflict left the Akatsuki in a state of uneasy calm. The wounds, both physical and metaphorical, lingered like scars on the collective psyche of the group. Issei, grappling with the revelations and the toll it took on their unity, sought solace in the training grounds. Itachi approached him, his usually stoic expression softened by the weight of recent events. "Issei," he began, "our paths have become intertwined in ways we couldn't have foreseen. The quest for the new era has strained our bonds, but it's in these moments of adversity that true strength is revealed." Issei nodded, acknowledging the truth in Itachi's words. The once tight camaraderie within the Akatsuki now felt fragile, held together by threads that threatened to unravel at the slightest tension. As days turned into weeks, the Akatsuki members navigated the aftermath of the clash. Tension simmered beneath the surface, and the scars of betrayal ran deep. It became evident that the internal strife had left lasting imprints on the dynamics of the group. Hyoudou, usually reveling in chaos, remained withdrawn, his fanatical zeal tempered by the realization that the Akatsuki was not an invincible force immune to internal conflicts. Deidara, nursing his wounded pride after the explosive clash, found solace in his art, channeling his frustrations into creating intricate explosive sculptures. Kisame, ever the pragmatic warrior, maintained a watchful eye on the group's dynamics. The rifts within the Akatsuki hadn't escaped his notice, and his loyalty seemed to waver as he contemplated the feasibility of the new era the group sought to create. Issei, torn between his desire for unity and the pursuit of truth, sought guidance from Konan. In a secluded corner of the hideout, surrounded by the soft rustling of paper, he shared his concerns with the paper jutsu user. Unity is a delicate balance, Issei, Conan explained. The Akatsuki's strength lies in the diversity of its members, but that very diversity can also be its greatest challenge. Bonds will be tested, and alliances will be reshaped. The question is, how far are you willing to go to preserve the unity of the Akatsuki? The weight of Conan's word settled on Issei's shoulders. The path ahead seemed fraught with uncertainty, and the choices he made could determine the fate of the Akatsuki. The search for the truth, once a personal quest, had become intricately entwined with the destiny of the entire organization. As tension simmered, Kakuzu, the pragmatic mercenary with a keen eye for profit, seized the opportunity to further his own agenda. He approached Issei with a proposal that bordered on treachery. Issei, the Akatsuki's quest for a new era is a lofty goal, but what if I told you there's a way to achieve it without sacrificing our internal stability? Kakuzu's eyes gleamed with a cunning spark. Issei, wary but intrigued, listened as Kakuzu outlined a plan that involved leveraging the power of the artifact without succumbing to the internal conflicts that had plagued the group. It's time we put aside idealistic notions and focus on the practical aspects of our goals, Kakuzu argued. Unity is a luxury we can't afford if it jeopardizes the success of our mission. The proposal hung in the air, a divisive undercurrent threatening to further fracture the already fragile bonds within the Akatsuki. Issei found himself at a crossroads, torn between the desire for unity and the pragmatism of Kakuzu's approach. In the midst of this internal struggle, the Akatsuki received a summons from Pain. The artifact, dormant since the clash, resonated with an unsettling energy. The village, now rebuilt but scarred by the recent conflict, became the stage for a pivotal moment in the Akatsuki's journey. Pain, flanked by the other members, addressed the group. The artifact's power must be harnessed. We cannot afford to let internal conflicts hinder our progress. It is time for the Akatsuki to rise above its challenges and forge a new era. Issei, torn between conflicting loyalties, faced a difficult choice of supporting Pain's directive or resisting it to preserve the unity he cherished within the Akatsuki. As the group ventured into the heart of the village, they encountered resistance from ninja clans and rogue warriors who had caught wind of the Akatsuki's presence. The clashes were fierce, but the Akatsuki pressed on, driven by a collective determination to fulfill their mission. In the heart of the village, the artifact lay within a chamber shrouded in ancient symbols and mystic energy. Pain, with the gravity of a leader burdened by the weight of destiny, approached the artifact. It is time to unlock the true potential of the Akatsuki, Pain proclaimed. This artifact will be the catalyst for the new era. The members, still nursing wounds from the recent internal strife, hesitated. The conflicting agendas and strained bonds within the Akatsuki were palpable. Kakuzu, seizing the opportunity, stepped forward. Pain is right. The artifact's power is a tool, and we must wield it without being shackled by ideals that only serve to divide us. Issei, torn between loyalty to the group and the desire to preserve the unity that it eroded, faced a decision that would shape the Akatsuki's destiny. The artifact pulsed with energy, its power waiting to be harnessed. As the tension reached its zenith, a sudden interruption disrupted the delicate balance. A figure emerged from the shadows, his eyes filled with a mix of defiance and determination. Naruto Uzumaki, the ninja from another world, stood before the Akatsuki, his presence an unexpected wildcard in their grand design. You won't use that artifact for your twisted ideals, Naruto declared, his voice echoing with the resonance of a hero. The stage was set for a confrontation that would test the limits of the Akatsuki's power, the strength of their bonds, and the resolve of each member to shape the destiny of a world caught in the crossfire of conflicting ambitions. The clash of ideals and the bonds that held the Akatsuki together would face their greatest trial, and the repercussions would echo through the corridors of time. Chapter 6. The Akatsuki's Gambit. The air crackled with tension as Naruto Uzumaki, the unexpected interloper, confronted the Akatsuki in the chamber that housed the powerful artifact. His blue eyes bore into each member, his stance radiating a determination that seemed to defy the very essence of the Akatsuki's ambitions. Issei, caught in the crossfire of conflicting loyalties, watched as Pain, the leader of the Akatsuki, regarded Naruto with an intensity that mirrored the storm brewing within the group. Pain, you won't use this artifact for your vision of a new era. I won't let you. Naruto declared, his voice unwavering. Pain, unfazed, assessed Naruto with a calculating gaze. You are an anomaly, a disruption in the fabric of this world. The Akatsuki's vision transcends the confines of traditional ideals. We seek to bring about a new era, free from the chains of the past. Naruto, his resolve unyielding, stepped forward. Your new era sounds like a nightmare. I won't let you impose your twisted vision on the world. The atmosphere in the chamber grew palpably charged as the two forces faced off. Issei, torn between his loyalty to the Akatsuki and his empathy for Naruto's cause, grappled with the weight of his decision. The other members of the Akatsuki, each harboring their own motives and secrets, observed the standoff with a mix of anticipation and trepidation. Kisame, ever the pragmatic warrior, exchanged glances with Itachi, their silent communication hinting at an unspoken understanding. Itachi, his Sharingan activated, stepped forward, breaking the tense silence. "Naruto, your ideals are rooted in the principles of the shinobi world. The Akatsuki's vision seeks to transcend those boundaries. Can't you see the flaws in the system we aim to change?" Naruto's gaze hardened, and for a moment, the chamber seemed to hang in a delicate balance. Issei, sensing the fragility of the situation, grappled with the realization that the clash of ideals within the Akatsuki extended beyond its own members. Pain, sensing the precariousness of the moment, raised his hand, a signal for the Akatsuki members to stand down. The artifact, pulsating with an otherworldly energy, seemed to resonate with the unresolved tension within the chamber. "We seek a new era, free from the constraints of the past," Pain reiterated. "But if you stand in our way, Naruto, we won't hesitate to eliminate you." The uneasy truth settled upon the chamber as Naruto, faced with the collective might of the Akatsuki, contemplated his next move. The atmosphere, charged with conflicting energies, hung in a delicate balance, waiting for the scales to tip in favor of one vision or another. As Naruto deliberated, Kakuzu, the pragmatic mercenary, seized the opportunity to further his own agenda. "Naruto, you may have your ideals, but they won't change the world. The Akatsuki's vision is a step towards true power, a power that transcends the limitations of the ninja system." Issei, his internal struggle intensifying, observed the interplay of forces within the chamber. The Akatsuki's gambit to harness the power of the artifact and Naruto's determination to thwart their plans created a volatile concoction that threatened to erupt at any moment. In a surprising turn of events, Hyoudou, the zealot known for reveling in chaos, stepped forward with a wicked grin. "Enough talk. Let's settle this with a good old-fashioned battle. I've been itching for some action." Naruto, ever ready for a challenge, accepted Hyoudu's proposal. The chamber transformed into a battleground as the clash of jutsu and demonic power reverberated through the stone walls. The other Akatsuki members, restrained by Pain's command, observed the skirmish with a mix of fascination and concern. Issei, still torn between conflicting loyalties, found himself drawn into the conflict. His powers, a fusion of demonic strength and shinobi techniques, added another layer of complexity to the ongoing battle. The chamber became a canvas where the clash of ideals painted a vivid tapestry of discord. As Naruto and Hyoudou exchanged blows, their contrasting philosophies manifested in the intensity of their attacks. Naruto, fueled by the ideals of camaraderie and a desire for change within the system, faced off against Hyoudu's unbridled zeal for chaos and destruction. In the midst of the battle, Kisame and Itachi, their understanding unspoken but implicit, approached Issei. Kisame, the shark-like swordsman, regarded him with a calculating gaze. "Issei, this conflict goes beyond the surface. The Akatsuki's vision, as flawed as it may seem, seeks to break the shackles that bind the world. Naruto's ideals, while noble, may be rooted in the outdated principles of the ninja system. Choose wisely, for the repercussions of this clash will shape the destiny of not just the Akatsuki, but the entire world." Issei, grappling with the weight of the choices before him, nodded in acknowledgement. The complexity of the situation unfolded before him, and the bonds that held the Akatsuki together seemed on the verge of breaking or evolving into something new. As the battle continued, Naruto unleashed the power of the Nine Tails, creating a shockwave that reverberated through the chamber. Hyoudou, undeterred, reveled in the chaos, his zeal for battle reaching a frenzied crescendo. In the midst of the skirmish, Pain intervened with a display of his Rinnegan, his authority resonating through the chamber. "Enough. This conflict serves no purpose. We must focus on our common goal, not succumb to internal strife." The members, their attention diverted by Pain's intervention, hesitated. The chamber, still echoing with the remnants of the battle, fell into an uneasy silence. As the dust settled, Naruto and Hyoudou, both battered and weary, retreated to opposite ends of the chamber. The artifact, untouched by the skirmish, pulsed with a mysterious energy, a reminder of the power that lay within its confines. Pain, his gaze piercing through the lingering tension, addressed the Akatsuki members. "The Akatsuki's vision remains unchanged. We must harness the power of the artifact to bring about a new era. Internal conflicts will only hinder our progress. It is time for each of you to reaffirm your commitment to our cause." The chamber, still charged with the aftermath of the clash, bore witness to the resolve of the Akatsuki members. The bonds that had been strained, tested, and momentarily fractured now faced the ultimate test. The choice between unity and divergence. As Issei contemplated his next move, he couldn't shake the feeling that the Akatsuki's gambit had only just begun. The clash of ideals, the internal struggles, and the power within the artifact all hinted at a storm that loomed on the horizon. The destiny of the Akatsuki, and perhaps the world itself, hung in the balance as the members grappled with the consequences of their choices. The true nature of the Akatsuki's quest for a new era was now laid bare, and the shadows that lurked within the organization seemed poised to either consume or transform them all. Chapter 7. Inner Demons. The aftermath of the clash in the artifact chamber left the Akatsuki in a state of uneasy equilibrium. The bonds that held the group together were strained, and the divergent ideologies among its members cast a shadow over their common goal of achieving a new era. Issei, grappling with the weight of his choices, sought solace in the quiet corners of the Akatsuki hideout. Late at night, within the dimly lit corridors, Issei wandered through the labyrinthine passages. The whispers of inner demons and the echoes of recent conflicts seemed to dance in the shadows. He found himself drawn to the training grounds, seeking clarity amidst the silence. As Issei honed his abilities, he was joined by Itachi, the stoic Uchiha whose eyes held the weight of countless battles. The air between them crackled with an unspoken understanding. Itachi, breaking the silence, addressed Issei with a calm but penetrating gaze. Conflicts within the Akatsuki are not just external battles, Issei. Each member carries their own inner demons, struggles that shape their choices and define their paths. Issei, absorbing Itachi's words, spoke with a note of uncertainty. The clash with Naruto and Hyoudou, the diverging visions within the Akatsuki, it's like we're on the brink of tearing ourselves apart. How can we move forward when our ideals seem so irreconcilable? Itachi regarded Issei with a wisdom that belied his years. The strength of the Akatsuki lies in its diversity, but that very diversity is a double-edged sword. Our unity is forged not by shared ideals, but by a common goal. It is up to each member to confront their inner demons and find a way to coexist for the sake of the Akatsuki's vision. Issei pondered Itachi's words as the Uchiha continued, his voice measured and deliberate. The clash between Naruto and the Akatsuki represents more than a battle of power. It is a clash of philosophies, a reflection of the broader conflict within the world. We must strive to understand each other, even as we grapple with the contradictions within ourselves. The next day, Issei observed a subtle shift in the dynamics of the Akatsuki. The artifact chamber, once a battleground, now bore the scars of both external and internal conflicts. Naruto, though still defiant, seemed to recognize the complexity of the situation. The Akatsuki members, each harboring their own convictions and doubts, navigated the delicate balance between unity and discord. As Issei moved through the hideout, he encountered Konan in the library, surrounded by ancient scrolls and texts. Her presence exuded a quiet strength, and Issei felt a sense of kinship with her as someone who, like him, sought to navigate the complexities of the Akatsuki. Issei, Konan acknowledged, her eyes betraying a depth of understanding. The clash with Naruto revealed the fractures within our unity. But the Akatsuki is resilient. We must confront our inner demons and find a way to move forward. Issei, drawn to Konan's insight, asked, how do we reconcile our differences when our visions seem so fundamentally opposed? Konan paused, as if weighing her words. It starts with empathy. Understanding the pain, the aspirations, and the struggles that shape each member. We may not share the same ideals, but we share a common purpose. Only by acknowledging our differences can we hope to build a foundation that transcends conflict. Emboldened by Konan's perspective, Issei contemplated the path ahead. The Akatsuki, once a disparate group of rogue ninja, now faced the challenge of integrating its diverse members into a cohesive force. The clash of ideals, the scars of recent conflicts, and the looming presence of the artifact's power all added layers of complexity to the journey. In the days that followed, Issei engaged in conversations with the other Akatsuki members, seeking to understand their perspectives and confront the inner demons that fueled their choices. Hyoudou, the zealot, revealed glimpses of a past marked by fanaticism and a thirst for battle. Deidara, the explosive artist, spoke of a desire for recognition and validation through his art. Issam, the shark-like swordsman, shared tales of a world corrupted by the struggle for power, while Kakuzu, driven by a mercenary's pragmatism, spoke of survival in a world governed by profit. Itachi, burdened by the weight of his past and the responsibility he felt towards his brother, offered insights into the complexities of loyalty and sacrifice. As Issei delved into these conversations, he discovered that each member carried their own burdens and faced their own demons. The Akatsuki, instead of being a monolithic force, was a tapestry woven from the threads of diverse experiences and ambitions. The turning point came when Pain called for a council of the Akatsuki, a gathering where the members would lay bare their aspirations, fears, and visions for the future. The chamber, adorned with ancient symbols and illuminated by the eerie glow of the artifact, became the stage for a collective reckoning. Pain, his presence commanding, addressed the assembled Akatsuki members. The clash with Naruto revealed the fault lines within our group. To move forward, we must confront our inner demons and strive to understand one another. Each member will have the opportunity to share their vision and forge a path towards the new era we seek. Issei, recognizing the gravity of the moment, stepped forward. I joined the Akatsuki seeking to unlock my true potential and understand the mysteries of this world. But I've come to realize that our strength lies not just in power, but in the bonds we form and the unity we can achieve. I want to see the Akatsuki become a force that transcends the conflicts that plague our world." His words resonated with some, while others remained skeptical. Naruto, though defiant, seemed to acknowledge the sincerity in Issei's plea. The chamber became a forum for the Akatsuki members to articulate their visions and confront the inner demons that shape their choices. Hyoudou, unapologetic in his zeal for chaos, declared, "I seek a world where battles are eternal, where the thrill of combat is the true measure of existence. The Akatsuki should be a force that revels in the chaos of battle." Madara, the explosive artist, spoke passionately about his desire for artistic expression. "Art is an explosion, and I want the Akatsuki to be a canvas for my creations. The new era should be a masterpiece born from the chaos we sow." Bikuzu, driven by pragmatic motives, argued for a world where profit determines success. Power is currency, and the Akatsuki should be a mercenary force that navigates the world's conflicts to amass wealth and influence. The diverse visions within the Akatsuki laid bare the complexities of their unity. Pain, the enigmatic leader, absorbed the perspectives of each member. The artifact, pulsating with an otherworldly energy, seemed to react to the collective energies within the chamber. As the council continued, Issei realized that the Akatsuki's path forward would be defined not by a singular vision, but by the delicate balance of divergent ideals. The clash of inner demons and the forging of bonds within the group became integral to their collective journey. In the days that followed, the Akatsuki members engaged in collaborative missions that tested their newfound understanding. The artifact, though still a source of power, became a symbol of the unity they sought to achieve. The clash of ideals transformed into a dynamic dance where each member contributed their strengths while acknowledging the diversity that defined the Akatsuki. Issei, now more attuned to the inner workings of the group, found himself navigating the intricate web of alliances and conflicts within the Akatsuki. The journey, far from over, hinted at the challenges that lay ahead: the shadows of the past, the mysteries of the artifact, and the ever-present threat of external forces seeking to disrupt their delicate equilibrium. As the Akatsuki moved forward, the bonds formed and the inner demons confronted became the driving force behind their quest for a new era. The echoes of recent conflicts faded into the background, leaving behind a group that, despite its divergent visions, stood united in the face of an uncertain future. The Akatsuki's gambit to redefine the world was in motion, and the intricate tapestry of their journey continued to unfold, shaped by the choices made, the conflicts faced, and the bonds forged along the way. Chapter 8. The Prophecy. In the quiet hours of the night, Issei found himself drawn to the library within the Akatsuki hideout. The shelves were lined with ancient scrolls and tomes, each containing the wisdom of generations past. The unsettling energy of the artifact lingered in the air, a constant reminder of the power that had brought the Akatsuki together. Konan, ever immersed in the study of the mystical arts, was engrossed in deciphering an ancient prophecy. The parchment she held seemed to glow with an ethereal light, and her eyes bore the intensity of someone unraveling the secrets of fate. "Issei," Konan greeted him, her voice carrying a note of anticipation. "I believe I've stumbled upon a prophecy that may shed light on our journey. It speaks of a power that can reshape the world, but its interpretation is shrouded in mystery." Intrigued, Issei approached Konan, his curiosity piqued by the prospect of unraveling the enigma that surrounded the Akatsuki's quest. Konan unrolled the parchment, revealing intricate symbols and cryptic verses that danced across its surface. "The prophecy speaks of a power hidden within the depths of the world, a power that transcends the boundaries of reality," Konan began, her eyes scanning the ancient text. "It foretells of a group of individuals who will wield this power, not as conquerors, but as architects of a new era." Issei listened intently, the weight of the words sinking in. The artifact, with its ability to control minds and reshape reality, seemed to align with the prophecy's description. The question that lingered was whether the Akatsuki, with its divergent visions and internal conflicts, could fulfill the prophecy's promise. "The prophecy warns of challenges and trials," Konan continued. "It speaks of the shadows that lurk within the wielders of this power, shadows that must be confronted for the true potential to be unlocked." Issei's thoughts raced as he contemplated the implications. The clashes within the Akatsuki, the inner demons that each member grappled with, and the delicate balance of unity and discord all seemed intricately tied to the prophecy's warnings. "Issei, the prophecy suggests that the power within the artifact is a double-edged sword," Konan cautioned. "It can either be the key to a new era or the catalyst for destruction. The path we choose will determine the fate of not just the Akatsuki, but the entire world." As Issei absorbed the weight of Konan's words, the hideout's corridors seemed to close in around him. The choices before the Akatsuki, the divergent paths they could tread, and the shadows that loomed on the horizon all pointed to a destiny that was both uncertain and perilous. In the days that followed, the Akatsuki members convened to discuss the prophecy and its implications. The council, once a forum for conflicting visions, now became a crucible where the group's collective destiny would be shaped. Pain, his Rinnegan reflecting the gravity of the moment, addressed the assembled Akatsuki. The prophecy speaks of a power that can reshape the world. We are the chosen wielders of this power, but the path is fraught with challenges. Internal conflicts, inner demons, and the shadows that linger within us all must be confronted for the prophecy to be fulfilled. The members, their expressions a mix of determination and uncertainty, listened as Pain outlined the next steps. The artifact, dormant since the clash with Naruto, pulsed with an otherworldly energy, a tangible reminder of the destiny that awaited the Akatsuki. Issei, torn between his desire for unity within the group and the realization that the prophecy carried a weight of responsibility, spoke up. The prophecy warns of shadows within us. If we are to fulfill our destiny, we must confront these shadows head-on. The Akatsuki's strength lies not just in power, but in the bonds we forge and the unity we can achieve. His words resonated with some members, while others remained skeptical. Hyoudou, ever the zealot, dismissed the prophecy with a wave of his hand. I don't care about prophecies. I'm here for the chaos and the thrill of battle. Let the shadows come, I'll welcome them with open arms. Madara, the explosive artist, saw the prophecy as an opportunity to showcase the destructive potential of his art. If this power can reshape the world, then I'll make sure it's a masterpiece that leaves an everlasting impact. Ikuzu, driven by pragmatic motives, saw the prophecy as a means to amass wealth and influence. If this power can bring about change, then we should exploit it for our benefit. The world will pay for the services of the Akatsuki. The diversity of responses reflected the challenges ahead. The Akatsuki, bound by a common purpose but shaped by divergent ideals, stood at the crossroads of destiny. Pain, the leader burdened with the weight of the prophecy, surveyed the room with a gaze that seemed to pierce through the very fabric of reality. We will embark on a journey to unlock the true potential of the artifact, Pain declared. But this journey will not just be a quest for power. It will be a test of our unity, our resolve, and our ability to confront the shadows within us. The prophecy warns of trials, and we must be prepared to face them. The Akatsuki, propelled by a sense of destiny and the weight of the prophecy, set out on a new series of missions. The artifact, now a focal point of their quest, guided them to ancient ruins, mystical locations, and sites of hidden power. Each mission brought them closer to the heart of the prophecy, unveiling the challenges that lay ahead. As the group navigated the treacherous path set before them, Issei found himself grappling not only with external threats, but with the shadows that lurked within the Akatsuki. The clash of ideals, the inner demons, and the delicate balance between unity and discord all seemed magnified in the face of the prophecy's ominous warnings. In the quiet moments between missions, Issei sought solace in the training grounds. The echoes of the prophecy resonated in his mind, and he couldn't shake the feeling that the true test of the Akatsuki's strength was yet to come. The shadows within the group, though momentarily subdued, seemed poised to resurface and shape the destiny that awaited them. The journey to unlock the power of the artifact became a dance between light and shadow, a delicate balance that tested the bonds of the Akatsuki. The prophecy, like an ancient melody, played in the background, hinting at a symphony of challenges and trials that would determine the fate of the world and the legacy of the Akatsuki. As the group ventured deeper into the heart of the prophecy, the true nature of the artifact's power and the shadows that lurked within the Akatsuki began to unravel. The journey, though fraught with uncertainty, carried the weight of destiny, and each member found themselves entwined in a narrative that transcended individual ambitions and collective visions. The Akatsuki, bound by fate and propelled by the prophecy, moved forward into the unknown. The echoes of ancient verses and the pulsating energy of the artifact became the guiding force in a quest that would redefine not only the group but the very fabric of the world they sought to shape. The shadows within and the challenges ahead hinted at a destiny that loomed on the horizon, waiting to be unveiled in the chapters yet to be written. Chapter 9. The Alliance. The Akatsuki's quest to unlock the power of the artifact led them to a remote region, shrouded in mist and surrounded by ancient temples. The air was thick with an otherworldly energy, and the landscape seemed to pulse with a power that resonated with the artifact. As the members explored the mysterious terrain, they stumbled upon a group of rogue ninja who seemed to be drawn to the same source of power. The leader of the rogue ninja, a formidable figure with a mask concealing his face, approached the Akatsuki. I sense the same power that brought us here. You're the Akatsuki, are you not? Pain, the enigmatic leader, acknowledged the stranger with a nod. We seek to unlock the power of the artifact and fulfill a prophecy that speaks of reshaping the world. Who are you, and what brings your group here? The masked figure introduced himself as Shin, the leader of the Eclipse Alliance, a coalition of rogue ninja who, like the Akatsuki, sought to harness the power of ancient artifacts for their own vision of a new era. Our goals align, Shin declared. We share a common enemy, the oppressive ninja villages, and the corrupt system that has kept us in chains. Together, we can overcome the challenges that lie ahead and bring about a new era ruled by those who possess true power. The proposal hung in the air, and the Akatsuki members exchanged wary glances. The Eclipse Alliance, though seemingly aligned in their desire for change, represented an unknown variable in the Akatsuki's quest. The delicate balance of unity and discord within the Akatsuki seemed poised to face its greatest test. Issei, grappling with the implications of the alliance, spoke up. Our paths may align, but our visions for the future may differ. Before we commit to this alliance, we must understand the goals and ideals that drive the Eclipse Alliance. Shin, unveiling a holographic projection, revealed the artifacts his group had collected, a set of ancient relics with powers that mirrored the capabilities of the Akatsuki's artifact. He spoke of a world free from the constraints of the ninja villages, where those with true power would dictate the course of history. As the members of the Akatsuki deliberated, internal tension surfaced. Hyoudou, ever the zealot, saw an alliance as an opportunity for more chaos and battles. Kakuzu, driven by profit, saw potential gains in combining forces with the Eclipse Alliance. Idara, the explosive artist, envisioned a canvas where his artistry could reach new heights in collaboration with the Eclipse Alliance's artifacts. Itachi, his Sharingan reflecting the complexity of the situation, exchanged glances with Kisame. The shark-like swordsman, always vigilant, assessed the Eclipse Alliance with a discerning gaze. Pain, the arbiter of the Akatsuki's destiny, addressed Shin. We will consider your proposal, but know that our alliance will be based on shared objectives and mutual benefit. Our vision for the new era may differ, but if our goals align, we may find strength in unity. Shin, accepting the terms, proposed a joint mission to unlock the power of the artifacts in the ancient temples. The uneasy alliance between the Akatsuki and the Eclipse Alliance was forged in the crucible of shared objectives and a common enemy. As the groups ventured deeper into the temples, they encountered ancient guardians and mystical barriers that tested their skills and teamwork. The artifacts, responsive to the combined energies of the Akatsuki and the Eclipse Alliance, pulsed with an intensity that hinted at their true potential. Issei, ever mindful of the delicate balance within the Akatsuki, found himself navigating the complexities of the alliance. The Eclipse Alliance, though outwardly cooperative, harbored ambitions and ideals that diverged from those of the Akatsuki. The shadows of potential conflict seemed to dance beneath the surface, waiting for the right moment to surface. In the heart of the ancient temple, the artifact chamber revealed itself, a cavernous space adorned with symbols and surrounded by a mystical energy. The artifacts, now resonating in harmony, seemed to react to the combined presence of the two groups. Shin, his eyes gleaming with anticipation, approached the artifacts. This is the moment we've been waiting for. The power of these relics will usher in a new era, free from the tyranny of the ninja villages. As the artifacts were activated, a surge of energy enveloped the chamber. The air crackled with an intensity that hinted at the true potential of the ancient relics. The members of the Akatsuki and the Eclipse Alliance, momentarily united in purpose, watched as the artifact's power manifested. But as the energy subsided, a rift emerged. The artifacts, though potent, seemed to react differently to the energies of the two groups. The delicate alliance, forged on the grounds of shared objectives, now faced its first challenge as conflicting visions and ambitions came to the forefront. Shin, his mask hiding any hint of emotion, regarded the Akatsuki with a calculating gaze. It seems our visions for the new era may not align as closely as we thought. The power of these artifacts is too vast to be shared without discord. Pain, his Rinnegan reflecting the gravity of the situation, addressed Shin. Our alliance was based on shared objectives, but if our visions diverge, we cannot proceed blindly. The Akatsuki will not be swayed from its path. The tension in the chamber was palpable as the members of the Akatsuki and the Eclipse Alliance faced the crossroads of alliance and discord. Shin, recognizing the delicate balance, proposed a temporary ceasefire to reassess their goals and determine if a true alliance was feasible. The groups retreated from the artifact chamber, leaving the ancient temple with a sense of unresolved tension. Issei, caught in the midst of conflicting ambitions, contemplated the implications of the alliance and the challenges that lay ahead. As the Akatsuki convened to discuss the situation, internal division surfaced. Hyoudou, unsatisfied with the temporary ceasefire, voiced his desire for chaos and battle. Idara, though intrigued by the potential of the Eclipse Alliance's artifacts, remained cautious about fully committing to an alliance. Kisame, the pragmatic warrior, expressed reservations about the Eclipse Alliance's true intentions. Itachi, ever perceptive, eyed the situation with a discerning eye. Pain, the focal point of the Akatsuki's destiny, addressed the members. The alliance with the Eclipse Alliance was a calculated risk. We must reassess our objectives and determine if a true alliance is possible. The prophecy and the power of the artifact remain our primary focus, but the Eclipse Alliance may yet prove to be a valuable ally if their goals align with ours. In the days that followed, the Akatsuki and the Eclipse Alliance engaged in diplomatic discussions, attempting to find common ground and bridge the gaps that had surfaced. Shin, though guarded, expressed a willingness to reconsider the alliance based on shared objectives and mutual benefit. The artifact, now a symbol of both unity and discord, seemed to respond to the energies of the two groups. The delicate balance of the Akatsuki's quest hung in the balance, and the shadows of potential conflict loomed on the horizon. As Issei navigated the intricacies of the alliance, he couldn't shake the feeling that the true test of the Akatsuki's strength lay not only in the power of the artifact, but in their ability to navigate the complexities of alliances and confront the shadows that lingered within their own ranks. The journey continued, with the Akatsuki and the Eclipse Alliance standing at the crossroads of destiny. The delicate alliance, forged in the crucible of shared objectives, hinted at the challenges that lay ahead: the clash of ambitions, the dance of shadows, and the destiny that awaited them in the chapters yet to unfold. Chapter 10. Betrayal and Redemption. The alliance between the Akatsuki and the Eclipse Alliance hung in the balance as both groups navigated the delicate negotiations and tense discussions that followed the activation of the artifacts. Issei, still torn between loyalty to the Akatsuki and the potential benefits of the alliance, found himself at the center of the unfolding drama. As the discussions continued, internal tensions within the Akatsuki simmered beneath the surface. Hyoudou, ever eager for chaos, grew increasingly impatient with the diplomatic proceedings. Deidara, cautious about the Eclipse Alliance's true intentions, expressed concerns about the potential consequences of a deeper alliance. Bikuzu, driven by pragmatic motives, eyed the Eclipse Alliance's artifacts with a calculating gaze, considering the potential profits that could be gained. Itachi, his Sharingan ever watchful, bepised the dynamics of the negotiations with a discerning eye. The turning point came during a clandestine meeting between Hyoudou and a shadowy figure from the Eclipse Alliance. The masked individual, shrouded in darkness, proposed an alliance within the alliance, an alliance that would prioritize chaos, destruction, and the pursuit of personal power. Hyoudou, drawn to the allure of unrestrained chaos, considered the proposition. The shadowy figure, revealing a hidden agenda that resonated with Hyoudu's zealotry, spoke of a vision where battles would become eternal, a world devoid of constraints and governed by the chaos that Hyoudou craved. The whisper of betrayal echoed through the corridors of the Eclipse Alliance's hideout. Hyoudou, fueled by his insatiable desire for chaos, approached the Akatsuki with a proposition that would tip the delicate balance of the alliance. Issei, unaware of the clandestine dealings, sensed a growing tension within the Akatsuki. The diplomatic discussions with the Eclipse Alliance reached a critical juncture as Shin, the leader, proposed a joint mission to unlock the full potential of the artifacts. Pain, ever perceptive, regarded Shin with a scrutinizing gaze. Before we proceed, we must address the lingering doubts and concerns within our group. The alliance must be built on trust and a shared vision for the future. Shin, seemingly sincere, agreed to address the concerns and invited the Akatsuki to a council where the members of both groups could lay bare their ambitions and aspirations. The council, though intended to foster unity, became the stage for the unfolding drama of betrayal and redemption. As the members gathered in the council chamber, the air crackled with tension. Shin, flanked by his Eclipse Alliance members, faced the Akatsuki with a mask of confidence. Pain, representing the Akatsuki's leadership, began the proceedings by inviting each member to share their vision for the new era. Hyoudou, his eyes gleaming with a manic fervor, declared his desire for eternal battles and unbridled chaos. The Eclipse Alliance members, seemingly unfazed, exchanged knowing glances. Issei, watching the proceedings, couldn't shake the feeling that something was amiss. Deidara, cautious but intrigued by the potential of the artifacts, spoke of a world where his explosive artistry could reach new heights. Kikuzu, ever driven by profit, emphasized the need for wealth and influence in the pursuit of power. Itachi, his eyes reflecting the complexities of the situation, expressed a desire for a world free from the shackles of the past, where the Akatsuki's influence could transcend the limitations of the ninja system. Kisame, the pragmatic warrior, echoed Itachi's sentiments, recognizing the potential for a new era under the Akatsuki's banner. Shin, though outwardly cooperative, revealed a hint of concealed ambition. As the council progressed, Hyoudou, fueled by the whispered promises of the shadowy figure, approached the Akatsuki leadership with a proposition. "I've found a kindred spirit within the Eclipse Alliance," Hyoudou declared, his voice carrying a manic enthusiasm. "They understand the true nature of chaos and the thrill of eternal battle. I propose a sub-alliance within our alliance, one that prioritizes chaos and destruction above all else." The proposal, though met with skepticism by some, resonated with the darker desires within the Akatsuki. Pain, sensing the internal discord, addressed Hyoudou with a measured tone. "Betrayal erodes the very foundation of trust. If you choose this path, know that it comes with consequences." Hyoudou, undeterred, left the council chamber with a sinister grin. The stage was set for a confrontation that would test the bonds of the Akatsuki and determine the fate of the delicate alliance. In the dark corners of the Eclipse Alliance's hideout, Hyoudou met with a shadowy figure, revealing the Akatsuki's vulnerabilities and internal conflicts. The shadowy figure, seemingly pleased with the unfolding drama, laid the groundwork for a plan that would tip the scales in favor of chaos and betrayal. As the joint mission to unlock the artifacts approached, tensions within the Akatsuki reached a boiling point. The alliance that had once held promise now faced the specter of betrayal, and the shadows within the group threatened to consume the delicate balance that had been painstakingly maintained. Issei, torn between loyalty to the Akatsuki and the potential benefits of the alliance, found himself at a crossroads. The echoes of the prophecy, the power of the artifacts, and the dance of shadows within the group all hinted at a destiny that hung in the balance. The joint mission unfolded in the heart of a mystical cavern, where the artifact's power resonated with an intensity that transcended the boundaries of reality. As the members worked together to unlock the full potential of the relics, the shadows of betrayal cast a pall over the proceedings. Hyoudou, fueled by the whispered promises of chaos, unleashed a wave of destructive energy that disrupted the delicate ritual. The artifacts, responding to the conflicting energies, unleashed a surge of power that reverberated through the cavern. The Eclipse Alliance members, seemingly prepared for the disruption, revealed their true colors. Shin, once the cooperative ally, stood alongside Hyoudou and the shadowy figure, their alliance within the alliance exposed. Pain, his gaze reflecting a mix of disappointment and resolve, addressed the betrayers. Betrayal stains the very fabric of trust. The Akatsuki will not falter in the face of deception. The cavern became a battleground, with the Akatsuki members facing off against their former allies. The artifacts, now resonating with the conflicting energies, unleashed a maelstrom of power that added chaos to the already tumultuous confrontation. Issei, his loyalty to the Akatsuki unwavering, faced off against Hyoudou, the zealot who had succumbed to the allure of chaos. The clash between the two unleashed energies that echoed the internal struggles within the Akatsuki. As the battle raged on, the cavern became a symphony of chaos and betrayal. The shadows within the Akatsuki, once contained, now manifested in the form of an internal conflict that threatened to tear the group apart. Itachi, recognizing the gravity of the situation, faced off against the shadowy figure, a confrontation that mirrored the internal struggle within the Akatsuki. The outcome of the battle, both physical and metaphorical, would determine the fate of the alliance and the destiny that awaited the group. In the midst of the chaos, a redemptive threat emerged. Kisame, ever loyal to the Akatsuki, confronted the Eclipse Alliance members with a determination that mirrored the resolve of the group. Tadara, torn between his cautious nature and the potential of the alliance, grappled with his allegiance. The battleground became a canvas for the internal conflicts within the Akatsuki to play out. The clash of ideals, the dance of shadows, and the echoes of the prophecy converged in a moment that would define the group's legacy. As the dust settled, the cavern bore witness to a fractured alliance and the consequences of betrayal. Hyoudou, defeated but unrepentant, retreated with the remnants of the Eclipse Alliance, leaving the Akatsuki to pick up the pieces of their shattered unity. Pain, his gaze reflecting a mix of disappointment and resolve, addressed the Akatsuki members. Betrayal tests the strength of our resolve. We must confront the shadows within our own ranks and emerge stronger from this ordeal. The path to the new era remains, and we will not be swayed from our course. The aftermath of the confrontation left the Akatsuki in a state of introspection. The shadows within the group, though momentarily exposed, hinted at the challenges that lay ahead. Issei, grappling with the consequences of betrayal and redemption, found himself at the nexus of the group's internal struggles. In the days that followed, the Akatsuki engaged in discussions to rebuild and reaffirm their vision for the new era. The artifact, now pulsating with a subdued energy, seemed to reflect the group's internal state, fractured but not broken, tested but not defeated. Issei, recognizing the complexities of the group's journey, stood alongside his fellow Akatsuki members as they faced the uncertain future. The prophecy, the artifacts, and the shadows within the group all hinted at a destiny that awaited them, a destiny shaped by the choices made, the betrayals confronted, and the redemptive threads that wove through the intricate tapestry of their quest. As the Akatsuki moved forward, the echoes of the recent betrayal lingered, a reminder of the challenges that defined their path. The delicate balance of unity and discord, the clash of ideals, and the pursuit of a new era remained at the forefront of their collective journey. The shadows within the Akatsuki, though momentarily subdued, seemed poised to resurface. Issei, ever vigilant, recognized that the true test of the group's strength lay not only in the power of the artifacts, but in their ability to confront the shadows within and emerge stronger in the chapters yet to be written. Chapter 11. The Final Confrontation. In the aftermath of the betrayal and the subsequent internal upheaval, the Akatsuki found themselves at a crossroads. The delicate alliance with the Eclipse Alliance had crumbled, leaving the group fractured but determined to press forward. Issei, still grappling with the recent events, sensed that the final confrontation loomed on the horizon. The internal tensions within the Akatsuki remained palpable as the members gathered to discuss their next steps. Pain, the enigmatic leader burdened with the weight of the group's destiny, addressed the assembly. The recent events have tested our unity and resolve. Betrayal, though a bitter pill, reveals the true strength of a group. The path to the new era remains, and we must navigate the challenges that lie ahead with a renewed sense of purpose. The artifact, now a subdued presence in the center of the hideout, seemed to echo Pain's sentiments. Issei, ever attuned to the group's dynamics, recognized that the final confrontation with external threats and internal shadows was imminent. As the Akatsuki deliberated on their next move, a mysterious figure emerged, an individual shrouded in darkness and wielding powers that resonated with the energy of the artifact. The figure, known only as Kurogane, claimed to have insights into the true potential of the artifacts and the prophecy that had guided the Akatsuki's journey. Kurogane's arrival sparked curiosity and caution among the Akatsuki members. His motives remained veiled, and his cryptic messages hinted at a convergence of destinies that would culminate in a final confrontation with forces that sought to disrupt the delicate balance the Akatsuki had fought to maintain. Issei, drawn to the enigma of Kurogane, approached the mysterious figure seeking answers. Kurogane, his eyes gleaming with an otherworldly intensity, spoke of a looming threat, the remnants of an ancient power that sought to exploit the artifacts for their own nefarious purposes. The artifacts you seek to unlock hold the key to a power that transcends the boundaries of reality, Kurogane explained. But beware, for there are those who would wield this power for destruction rather than creation. The final confrontation awaits, and the fate of the world hangs in the balance. The revelation sent ripples through the Akatsuki. The remnants of an ancient power, shadows that sought to exploit the artifacts, the group now faced a threat that transcended the internal conflicts and betrayals they had endured. Pain, his Rinnegan reflecting the gravity of the situation, addressed the Akatsuki. The prophecy warned of trials and challenges. The final confrontation is upon us, and we must be prepared to face not only external threats, but the shadows within our own ranks. Kurogane, if your insights can guide us in this perilous journey, speak. Kurogane, revealing a knowledge of ancient lore and mystical energies, spoke of a convergence of Li lines, a mystical alignment that occurred once in a millennium. The artifacts, connected to the Li lines, held the potential to reshape reality, but their misuse could unleash catastrophic consequences. The remnants of an ancient power seek to exploit the convergence for their own gain, Kurogane continued. They covet the artifact's power, and if we do not act, the delicate balance of the world will be disrupted. The Akatsuki, now faced with a common enemy that threatened not only their vision for the new era, but the very fabric of reality, prepared for the final confrontation. The artifact, though subdued, seemed to resonate with a subtle energy, a foreshadowing of the challenges that lay ahead. The journey to the Li line convergence led the Akatsuki to a mystical realm, a dimension where the boundaries between reality and illusion blurred. The remnants of the ancient power, known as the Obsidian Order, awaited them. The Obsidian Order, wielding dark and forbidden arts, sought to harness the artifact's power to unleash chaos and reshape the world according to their twisted vision. As the Akatsuki confronted the Order in a realm where reality itself seemed malleable, the true potential of the artifacts unfolded. Issei, at the forefront of the confrontation, faced off against the enigmatic leader of the Obsidian Order, a figure known only as Erebos. Erebos, his presence exuding an aura of malevolence, revealed the extent of the Order's knowledge of the artifacts and their dark ambitions. The power within the artifacts is not meant to be controlled by mere mortals, Erebos declared. The Li line convergence will be the catalyst for a new era, but it will be an era born from chaos and destruction. The Obsidian Order will be the architects of this new reality. The confrontation that ensued became a clash of realities, a battle between the Akatsuki, driven by a vision of a new era, and the Obsidian Order, seeking to exploit the artifacts for their own dark purposes. The Li lines pulsed with an otherworldly energy, and the artifacts resonated with a power that transcended the boundaries of the mystical realm. Haydn, ever drawn to chaos, reveled in the unpredictable nature of the battle. Dodara, the explosive artist, showcased the destructive potential of his artistry in a symphony of explosions that echoed through the mystical dimension. The Kuzu, ever pragmatic, sought to exploit the Li line convergence for profit, while Kisame and Itachi faced off against formidable adversaries within the Obsidian Order. The intricacies of the battle unfolded like a dance, with each member of the Akatsuki contributing their unique skills and abilities to confront the looming threat. Issei, facing Erebos in a battle that transcended physical combat, grappled with the true nature of the artifacts and their potential consequences. The Li lines, now pulsating with an intensity that threatened to rupture the fabric of reality, became the focal point of the final confrontation. As the battle reached its climax, Kurogane, his presence a mysterious anchor in the mystical realm, intervened with ancient incantations that sought to stabilize the Li lines. The artifacts, responding to Kurogane's efforts, pulsed with a harmonious energy that countered the chaotic forces unleashed by the Obsidian Order. Pain, recognizing the pivotal moment, addressed the Akatsuki. The Lee line convergence is a nexus of power that can reshape the world. We must ensure that it is not wielded for destruction, but harnessed for creation. The fate of the world lies in our hands. The Akatsuki, fueled by a collective resolve and guided by Kurigane's insights, unleashed a coordinated assault on the Obsidian Order. The battle became a test of not only strength, but of the Akatsuki's ability to navigate the delicate balance between power and responsibility. In the heart of the Lee line convergence, Issei confronted Erebos in a battle of wills and ideologies. The artifact, now resonating with a subdued yet potent energy, became the focal point of the clash, a symbol of the choices made, the conflicts faced, and the destiny that hung in the balance. Erebos, undeterred by the Akatsuki's assault, unleashed forbidden arts that sought to unravel the fabric of reality itself. Issei, drawing upon the lessons learned and the bonds forged within the Akatsuki, faced the enigmatic leader with a determination that mirrored the group's collective spirit. As the Lee lines pulsed with conflicting energies, Kurigane continued his incantations, weaving a mystical tapestry that sought to harmonize the converging forces. The artifacts, now responding to the collective will of the Akatsuki, emitted a radiant glow that countered the dark influence of the Obsidian Order. The climax of the confrontation became a symphony of energies, a clash of light and darkness, creation and destruction. The Lee line convergence, once a source of peril, now became a canvas upon which the fate of the world was painted. In a moment of intense struggle, Issei, drawing upon the true potential of the artifacts, harnessed their power to counter Erebos' dark arts. The Lee lines, now stabilized by Kurigane's efforts, resonated with a harmonious energy that transcended the chaos unleashed by the Obsidian Order. The final confrontation reached its climax as the remnants of the ancient power were vanquished and Erebos, his dark ambitions thwarted, faced defeat at the hands of the Akatsuki. The Lee line convergence, once a catalyst for destruction, now settled into a state of equilibrium. The artifacts, their power now tempered by the Akatsuki's collective will, emitted a subdued yet radiant energy. The Lee line convergence, though a source of peril, became a symbol of the Akatsuki's ability to navigate the delicate balance between power and responsibility. As the mystical realm returned to a semblance of normalcy, the members of the Akatsuki gathered amidst the remnants of the Lee line convergence. Pain, his gaze reflecting a mix of satisfaction and introspection, addressed the group. The final confrontation has tested our strength and resolve. The Lee line convergence, once a source of peril, is now a testament to our ability to shape destiny. The artifacts, though potent, are tools that must be wielded with responsibility. Our vision for the new era remains, and we must ensure that it is born from creation rather than destruction. The aftermath of the final confrontation left the Akatsuki in a state of reflection. The artifacts, now a symbol of the group's journey and the choices made, emitted a subdued yet resonant energy. Kurigane, his mysterious presence still lingering, shared a parting message. The Lee line convergence was a test of the Akatsuki's strength. The artifacts hold the power to shape reality, but the true measure of a group lies in its ability to navigate the complexities of power and wield it responsibly. Your journey is not yet over, but the path forward is yours to shape. As the remnants of the Lee line convergence faded, the Akatsuki members stood united in the aftermath of their final confrontation. Issei, ever mindful of the delicate balance within the group, recognized that the true test of the Akatsuki's strength lay not only in the power of the artifacts, but in their ability to confront the shadows within and emerge stronger in the chapters yet to be written. The journey continued, with the Akatsuki now faced with the task of rebuilding and reaffirming their vision for the new era. The echoes of the final confrontation, the lessons learned, and the bonds forged within the group hinted at a destiny that awaited them, one shaped by the choices made, the challenges confronted, and the collective spirit that defined the Akatsuki's legacy. As the members stood amidst the remnants of the Lee line convergence, the artifact pulsed with a subdued yet potent energy, a symbol of the delicate balance that the Akatsuki had fought to maintain and the destiny that awaited them in the unwritten chapters of their quest. The shadows within and the challenges ahead hinted at a destiny that loomed on the horizon, waiting to be unveiled in the chapters yet to be written. Chapter 12. New Beginnings. The aftermath of the Lee line convergence marked a turning point for the Akatsuki. The mystical realm, once a battleground of conflicting energies, now settled into a serene state of equilibrium. Issei, standing alongside his fellow Akatsuki members, felt a sense of accomplishment tempered by the weight of the journey that had brought them to this moment. Pain, the enigmatic leader, addressed the group. The Lee line convergence was a testament to our strength and resilience. We faced not only external threats but the shadows within our own ranks. The artifacts, though potent, must be wielded with responsibility. The path to the new era remains, and we must now embark on the next phase of our journey. The artifact, now emitting a subdued yet resonant energy, seemed to acknowledge the group's achievements. Issei, ever attuned to the delicate balance within the Akatsuki, recognized that the journey was far from over. The challenges faced, the betrayals confronted, and the bonds forged all hinted at a destiny that awaited them in the unwritten chapters of their quest. In the days that followed, the Akatsuki engaged in discussions to chart their course forward. The artifact, now a focal point of their collective vision, held the potential to reshape reality, but the group approached its power with a newfound sense of responsibility. Issei, grappling with the lessons learned from the Lee-line convergence, found himself drawn to the artifact. The whispers of the prophecy, the echoes of the final confrontation, and the shadows within the group all hinted at a destiny that remained shrouded in mystery. Kurigane, the mysterious figure who had guided the Akatsuki through the Lee-line convergence, approached Issei with a message. The artifacts are a source of great power, but their true potential lies in the hands of those who wield them. The path forward is yours to shape, and the choices made will define the legacy of the Akatsuki. The group, now united by a shared sense of purpose and the trials faced together, decided to embark on a journey to further unlock the artifact's potential. The artifact chamber became a nexus of exploration, where the members sought to delve deeper into the mystical energies that pulsed within the relics. As the Akatsuki engaged in rituals and experiments to unlock the artifact's hidden capabilities, they discovered new facets of their power. The artifacts, responsive to the collective will of the group, emitted energies that transcended the boundaries of traditional jutsu and ninjutsu. Hyoudou, ever drawn to the thrill of battle, found that the artifacts enhanced his ability to tap into chaotic energies. Deidara, the explosive artist, discovered that the artifacts allowed him to manipulate the very fabric of his explosive creations. Ikuzu, driven by profit, found that the artifacts had the potential to generate wealth and influence on an unprecedented scale. Kisame, the pragmatic warrior, harnessed the artifact's energies to enhance the power of his Samehada blade. Itachi, ever perceptive, delved into the artifact's mystical properties, seeking to unlock their potential for illusion and manipulation. The artifact chamber became a crucible of experimentation, where each member explored the artifact's capabilities and honed their skills. Issei, guided by a sense of duty and a desire to understand the artifact's true nature, delved into the deepest layers of their power. The artifacts responded to his innate abilities, revealing new dimensions of strength and potential that hinted at a destiny intertwined with the relics. Pain, observing the members' progress, addressed the group. The artifacts are a reflection of our collective will. As we unlock their potential, we must remain vigilant. The path to the new era is paved with challenges, and the shadows within and beyond our ranks must be confronted. The Akatsuki, now equipped with a heightened understanding of the artifact's capabilities, decided to embark on a series of missions to test their newfound powers. The artifact chamber, once a place of experimentation, became a launching point for the group's exploration of the wider world. As the Akatsuki ventured into new territories, they encountered various challenges and adversaries. The artifacts, now finely tuned to the members' abilities, unleashed energies that surpassed the limits of conventional ninja techniques. The group's reputation as a formidable force spread, and their presence became a harbinger of change in the ninja world. Issei, still grappling with the mysteries of the artifacts and the shadows within the Akatsuki, found himself at the center of the group's journey. The delicate balance of power, responsibility, and destiny played out in each mission and encounter, shaping the narrative of the Akatsuki's legacy. In the midst of their exploration, the Akatsuki received word of a looming threat: a group of rogue ninja who sought to exploit the artifacts for their own gain. The remnants of the Eclipse Alliance, now scattered and desperate, had regrouped under a new leader with ambitions that echoed the chaos Hyoudou had once craved. The Akatsuki, recognizing the potential for the artifacts to be misused, set out to confront the remnants of the Eclipse Alliance. The artifact chamber, now a symbol of the group's unity and power, resonated with an energy that hinted at the challenges that lay ahead. The confrontation with the remnants of the Eclipse Alliance became a test of the Akatsuki's growth and newfound abilities. The artifacts, now honed to perfection, unleashed energies that countered the chaotic forces wielded by their adversaries. Issei, facing off against a new leader of the Eclipse Alliance, saw a reflection of the internal struggles he had once grappled with. The remnants, driven by desperation and a desire for power, unleashed forbidden arts that sought to exploit the artifact's potential for destruction. The battle that ensued became a dance of shadows and echoes of the past. Hyoudou, once drawn to chaos, confronted the remnants with a zeal that mirrored their own ambitions. Deidara, ever the explosive artist, showcased the refined power of his creations in a symphony of destruction. Ikuzu, driven by profit, sought to turn the tide of the battle in the Akatsuki's favor. Kisame, the pragmatic warrior, engaged in a relentless pursuit of the remnants, determined to quell the chaos that threatened to resurface. Itachi, his Sharingan reflecting the complexities of the situation, faced off against adversaries who sought to exploit the illusions woven by the artifacts. Pain, the arbiter of the Akatsuki's destiny, observed the battle with a measured gaze. As the remnants of the Eclipse Alliance faced the full force of the Akatsuki's refined abilities, the true extent of the artifact's power became evident. The delicate balance of power, responsibility and destiny played out in the clash of ideals and ambitions. Issei, drawing upon the lessons learned and the growth achieved, confronted the remnant's leader in a battle that transcended physical combat. The artifacts, now resonating with a harmonious energy, countered the chaos unleashed by the remnant's forbidden arts. In the aftermath of the confrontation, the remnants of the Eclipse Alliance, their ambitions thwarted and their forces scattered, faced the consequences of their misguided actions. The Akatsuki, now a force refined by trials and challenges, stood united in the face of external threats and internal shadows. Pain, addressing the remnants with a measured tone, spoke of the artifact's true potential. The power we wield is not meant for destruction, but for creation. The artifacts are tools that must be wielded with responsibility. The path to the new era remains, and we will not be swayed from our course. The remnants, their leader defeated and their ambitions shattered, retreated into the shadows. The Akatsuki, now more attuned to the delicate balance of power and responsibility, returned to the artifact chamber with a sense of accomplishment, tempered by the knowledge that their journey was far from over. As the members gathered in the artifact chamber, Issei felt a renewed sense of purpose. The artifacts, now resonating with a subdued yet potent energy, seemed to acknowledge the group's growth and achievements. The shadows within and the challenges ahead hinted at a destiny that loomed on the horizon, waiting to be unveiled in the chapters yet to be written. Pain, ever enigmatic, addressed the group. The remnants of the Eclipse Alliance were a test of our strength and resolve. The artifacts have revealed new dimensions of their power, and our journey continues. The path to the new era is shaped by the choices we make, the challenges we confront, and the bonds that bind us together. The Akatsuki, now standing at the nexus of destiny, recognized that the journey ahead held untold challenges and revelations. The artifacts, now finally attuned to the group's collective will, pulsed with an energy that hinted at the chapters yet to be written. Issei, ever mindful of the delicate balance within the group, looked to the artifact with a sense of anticipation. The echoes of the prophecy, the shadows within and beyond the Akatsuki, and the mysteries of the artifacts, all pointed to a destiny that awaited them in the unwritten chapters of their quest. As the members of the Akatsuki stood in the artifact chamber, the artifact emitted a radiant glow, a symbol of the new beginnings that lay ahead. The delicate balance of power, responsibility, and destiny became the guiding force for the group as they ventured into the uncharted territories of their collective journey. The shadows within and the challenges ahead hinted at a destiny that loomed on the horizon, waiting to be unveiled in the chapters yet to be written. The Akatsuki, now a force refined by trials and challenges, embarked on the next phase of their journey with a renewed sense of purpose and the knowledge that the artifacts held the key to shaping the new era they sought to create. End of the here. So that's it for today's video guys. Before you go, just like the video and share it with your friends. Bye.